Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. It's time again for another daily pocket dump deconstruction. Today's Tuesday, March 29th, 2016. I know. Most people won't be watching this on that exact date. And I know that usually it's a week, a month, years later. But I wanted to give you that date to show you that we do this every single day. Every day? Every single day. What you're seeing right now is what I'm going to carry today. I just took an Instagram of this EDC, posted it on Instagram just 9 minutes ago, turned my iPhone 6S Plus from photo to video, and now it's time for the Keith Kevin Ken pocket dump deconstruction. So let's get right down to it. Today, Tuesday, it's the Mont Blanc watch. I'm going to move the well, we'll keep that there for a minute. I celebrate each and every day with a cigar. I've been on a real Cuban cigar run lately. Oh, just loving that strong flavor, needing that flavor to get me through the day. This is a Cuban, oh man, Diplomaticos. Sorry, I've been up late. Diplomaticos, one of my special, I love this cigar. I love it. Diplomaticos to celebrate the end of a Tuesday. The coin today is in celebration of the nation up north. It's the Canadian maple leaf 1 ounce silver coin. I always carry a silver coin for good luck, just like my grandfather did. That's one of the big things I remember him for. Oh, man. Yeah, blended scotch today. This is one of my Coach vintage wallets. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put that over there. Yes, we're going to have a messy desk of knives when we're done. Get my Diplomaticos out of there and my silver coin. Time to look at our knives, and as you can imagine, we're going to end up with a special knife and a lot of knives on this desk. It's going to become a messy desk. First of all, I love the Roadie as my keychain knife. It's just a perfect keychain knife. It really is. Plastic scales. Oh man. It was created by Spyderco using the requirements that the FAA was discussing with airlines when after 9/11 they were thinking about allowing some pocket knives on the planes. So Spyderco jumped in, created the Roadie. The Roadie has 5 different colors. That's why I love them so much. Blue, orange, red, black, and gray. I have all 5 of them. I love to mix and match. It's a slip joint knife with that half stop, which is perfect. They came up with a nice little pinch open. The FAA didn't want a one finger opener, a one hand open knife. So that little Spidey hole is just for branding. They have this nice, instead of a nail nick, they have that nice pinch opener. Later, the FAA said, no, we want it still to be very safe. So no knives on planes, but Spyderco loved what they did with their knives. And of course, it opened up a lot of international markets for them. A lot of international countries don't like locking knives. This isn't. It's a slip joint. Don't like knives that can be opened with one hand. This can't. And also like knives under the 3-inch, the blade under 3 inches, even some American cities, Chicago, Boston, a number of others. So a very legal knife, a wonderful keychain knife, just wonderful. A nice everyday carry. And I really like that blade. And a little choil. I know, I'm a choil freak, but man, on a little knife like this, fat hands like mine, and you can really get a grip on it. That's the Roadie, folks. That's the keychain knife for today. We're going to actually skip the flipper because I'm going to talk flippers later on because I got a new mail call. And let's talk about the big carry. Oh man. I'll tell you, a plain Jane Sebenza. I know Chris Reeve knives get all the praise, which means people like to attack them. I just think it's a solid knife. It's just perfect. No flash, but just what makes it flashy is that solid build. Man, everything is just perfect. I love the plain Jane, pure titanium. You feel what the knife is. That Chris Reeve integral lock, again, you feel what that knife is. And then put just that little blue stud. This is the in single. By the way, the Sebenza, I know I tell people all the time, but in case you're new to the Chris Reeve Sebenza, I have a number of Sebenza videos already up on the Keith Kevin Ken channel. I have the Sebenza 25 collection with a lot of variations. I also have the small Sebenza 21 collection. A lot of knives and a lot of variations. So you should check that out. It's on the channel, so check that out. But this is the Nsingo. Nsingo in Zulu, Chris Reeve's South African native language, is razor, because it's nice and it's like a razor cutting through boxes and stuff. It's really nice blade. That's the plain Jane Sebenza 21. I don't know if you, when you put the Nsingo blade, if you can still call it plain Jane. I call anything with that pure titanium scales as plain Jane, but what a wonderful EDC knife. I'm real happy with that. And my medium carry, wow, is one of this year's early releases from Chris Reeve. That's the word. It's another version of the field guides. This is one of the newer 2016 release knives from from Spyderco. In fact, it was the first one released. It actually was released at the exact same time as its brother. This is the Mantra, and this is the Mantra 2. Full titanium steel with the Chris Reeve integral lock, that wonderful wire clip that I love. The steel is CPM M4, I want to say. Yep, CPM M4. You're probably used to that. You've heard that blade steel before because the Gale Bradleys have CPM M4. Real nice knife. Strong, retains its edge, but it can rust on you, so you have to take care of it. On both of these, the bases are exactly the same. The blade profiles are what distinguish the one from the two. This is the Mantra, and it basically is a flipping Delica. This is the Delica shape, that familiar Spyderco leaf shape. This one, exact same base, that Delica base, but only in full titanium, folks, but also has that thinner profile blade. That's what makes it different. And so when you carry it in your pocket, you really know the difference. I mean, these are light even though they're pure titanium. But see that thin profile? Flipping Delica, Mantra 1, and Mantra 2 has that thin profile. I love that CPM M4 steel. Spyderco also put a steel filler right here on top of that titanium lock, because titanium to that steel lock will wear down the titanium over time, and that's why you start seeing that lock glide across. So they put a steel filler on top of that lock for longer wear. Oh man, it flips like a dream too. That's the Mantra. That started 2016 off with Spyderco flippers. I'll tell you though, at the end of December, between December and New Year's Eve, I picked up this flipper from Spyderco. This is the new Southard flipper. You remember the Southard, right? The Southard was the original Spyderco flipper. Oh man, Brad Southard collaboration. Oh, what a wonderful flipper. Spyderco came out and hit this one outside the park. I'll tell you. Real grippy G10, brown, ugly brown G10. A lot of people hated that, so this is one of their most pimped knives. Everyone getting in and changing scales. That full tie in the back with that Reeve integral lock. Just a really wonderful knife. The Southern CTS, Carpenter Steel CTS 204P steel, but man, flipped like a dream. Tank, really a nice feel for it. Real nice knife. That was the first one, the Southern. Like I said, it was pimped by everyone because no one liked the brown grippy G10. I'm okay with the brown grippy G10. Since we were talking about the first ones, everyone kept pimping it, and so Spyderco did what it usually does. It pimps itself, always changing, modifying their knives. It is a constant process for them. So the Southern blacked out version, exactly the same, except it's all black, so you get rid of that brown grippy G10. The G10 isn't as grippy. Now it's a smoother G10. Same steel, same flipping action. Actually, I think it's a smoother flipping action. I'll tell you. To me, the Southard is wonderful. A perfect flipping knife, a perfect EDC knife, but Spyderco outdid it with the blacked out version. Now, we were talking about this Southard. This is the new Southard, a lot lighter Southard. The blade profile is a lot different, really a lot different. It's the Positron, that's the name of it. I keep calling it the Brad Southard second flipper. It's the Positron. It has this great carbon fiber, real carbon fiber, kind of molded too, so it fits real nice, real light. Unlike this, little heavy, but this is really light. You can barely feel it. Oh, what's the steel? The steel is S30V steel. Has that nice flipper. Has that wonderful wire clip. Original Southard, blacked out Southard, and the new Southard that just came out right before New Year's. Right before, and then came the Mantra. Of course, before all these new knives came out, everyone was talking about this. That Peter Carey collaboration with Spyderco on the Rubicon. Oh, man. It was an expensive knife, and one reason it was expensive is this G10. Polished G10, 3D G10, all carved out, that special clip just for this knife. Look at the pivot. Looks like the Carey pivot. You notice Spyderco usually just has a simple pivot. They wanted a custom looking pivot. Oh, that blade type is great. Flips like a dream. Everyone was looking forward to it. Yes, it's expensive, and so it came under some criticism because of how expensive it is. S30V steel, which is great steel, but people were expecting even a better steel from Spyderco. That's the Rubicon. I really like the Rubicon. And look at that. That orange accent, especially that orange lumpy backspacer that just gives it that touch of class, along with that wonderful carbon fiber. Spyderco is coming out, has announced they're coming out with a new Rubicon from Carey, Peter Carey, and they listened to people. It's going to be cheaper because instead of this wonderful 3D carbon fiber, man, it's a wonderful carbon fiber. It really is. Well, they got rid of that. It's carbon fiber peel ply on top of G10. So it'll be flatter because it's not as sculpted out. It'll be cheaper because it's not sculpted out and it doesn't have this molded 3D. So it'll be a lot cheaper. The backspacer is still orange. A lot of people love this detail. Some people didn't. So the new version will still have orange, but it'll be flat G10. Oh, it's still going to look beautiful. I saw Eric Glasser show it off, and it looks great. Can't wait for it. It'll ride better in your pocket, too, because it is thinner. Oh, man, look at that. Tie liners. They really did a great job with this. That's the Peter Carey flipper. Of course, before the Peter Carey flipper, we had other flippers. Remember this, the Domino? It kind of has a profile of a Sage, but only it's a flipper. It's that second flipper that Spyderco came out with after the success of the Southard. It's the Domino. The response, the same as the Southard. We love the flippers. Carpenter steel CTS, XHP steel. Oh, we love the flipper. It flips great. Full tie back with that Reeve integral lock. Again, has that Sage profile with that Spyderco leaf blade. Everyone loved it. Still love it. Hated the scales. This is carbon fiber peel ply. I keep telling people I understand why the scales look like that. It looks like an old domino. You know, I'm old enough to have domino sets that look like this. But no one liked it. This is probably the second most pimped Spyderco knife after the Southard. That's the Spyderco Domino. And what they did was just like what they did with the Southard. They came out with special dominoes. Everyone loved the domino, loved the flipping action, loved the full tie on the lock side, loved everything. Man, it flips like a dream. And it does feel, to me, like a Sage in the hand. It's just wonderful. And listen to it flip. It's wonderful. So they pimped it themselves with this blue checkered. And then, of course, the full blue as well. They wanted to make sure that people had a pretty domino. And then after the dominoes and all of the pimping, they came out with the dice. Just a small version of the domino. Exactly small version of the domino. And they had the exact same response. Love that you have a smaller version. Oh, love it. Hate the scales. This is the dice, folks. It's exactly the same as the domino. Same Carpenter steel, CTS, XHP steel. And that, my friends, is the backup to the domino, the dice. I love when Spyderco does that too. Now, why am I spending so much time on the pocket dump deconstruction talking about flippers? Say hello to my little friend, the brand new Spyderco Mamba. It's a collaboration between the two custom knife makers, Walter Bren and Joe Perella. Oh man, I played with this all last night. If you want a video that gives you my first impressions, a fuller first impressions, I just uploaded that overnight. So I stayed up late, made sure to get it so that it would be live this morning. So check it out. It's in the Spyderco playlist as well as in the plain Spyderco playlist. You need to check that out because I go on and talk about it. But man, what a beast. This is it. This is the brand new Mamba. A lot of people looking forward to this. Man. The blade steel, I keep removing the knives because I'm blind, is CPM S30V steel. Walter Bren is very, very famous for his knife blades, the shape of the knives. And this is just a wonderful swooping shape of the knife. He's also very well known for his grinds. And Spyderco wanted to pay tribute to those grinds. They're just really special. But because Spyderco was using S30V, they knew that the grinds wouldn't show up as well. So what they did was they took a black coating and coated where you can kind of see the grinds anyway, but coated it as a representation of Walter Brand's grinds. It's ground real nice, but they knew it wouldn't pop like a Walter Brand blade. So they did that. They also have this swedge, and they also put the black coating on the swedge. Now the flats are satin. I love the two-tone look of this blade. I'm never happy with Spyderco coated knives, but this one so far, I've only had it overnight, seems to be very nice. Have to see how it holds up after some use. But man, what an impressive blade, huh? It flips out. Woo-hoo-hoo, hello. It's 3.75 inches. It's not as big as I expected it to be. I have on that video where I compare it to all of the familiar Spyderco knives. The Endura is bigger than this. Actually, the Endura blade is the exact same size, 3.75. It's not bigger, it's the exact same size. Obviously, the blade is thinner. Obviously, the stock is thinner. But if you can carry an Endura, this will take up a little bit more of your pocket with this 3D, oh man, 3D carved, great carbon fiber, and it looks like a Perella custom knife. They took that, oh man, they took the styling of this to follow the Perella. The handle is 5.5 inches. Look how beautiful it is. Look at the detail. Look at these holes. It is real carbon fiber, obviously. Full tie liners, skeletonized, but it still has a little bit of weight. Has this backspacer. I think it's carbon fiber. It doesn't feel like G10. We'll have to check that when I have more time. The lanyard, there's not a lanyard hole, but they do have a lanyard, a pipe right here that you can put in a lanyard. You see that? You can do a lanyard and hook whatever you want with it. I guess through this decorative holes that go all the way through the carbon fiber and the backspacer, I guess you can do some threaded lanyards through that as well. Oh man, it's a beast. It's nice. Did nothing with the clip. That's kind of a standard clip. But man, it's a wonderful knife. Check out my full, I want to say review, but it's not. It's a first impression video. But I do compare it to a whole lot of Spyderco knives. And so you get to see how big that is. Oh, baby. That's our daily pocket dump deconstruction, folks. And I'll tell you, it ends with a brand new Walter Brand, Joel Perella collaboration with Spyderco with the big beast, the Mamba, brand new for 2016. Hey folks, I told you, this is going to be an epic year for Spyderco. It's just going to be an epic year. They've already released 3 flippers, all different sizes with great steel. They've got more flippers to come, other folding knives to come. Oh, I'm having a ball. This is a Spyderco fan's wet dream. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We got to get out of here. You guys have a perfect day. Thumb this up if you like it. Please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the uploads. We do this every single day where we love knives. We play with them, we talk about them, and we love knives, and we love EDC and pocket dumps. We really love them. Not a review show, but definitely a knife fanatic show. So hit that. Also, when I upload things like the special Spyderco Mamba look, you'll know about that, as well as the mini collections that I put up. Don't forget, I have an Instagram. As soon as I got this, I took a couple of pictures of Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you get a peek as my collection grows. I usually post at least 4 Instagram pictures each and every day. Starts early with my first cup of coffee. And that's at Keith Kevin Ken. Hey, this is Kevin. Thank you very much. I understand the value of your time. And I'm so appreciative that you spend some of that time with me as we knife freaks talk and handle the knives. I really do appreciate it. You have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.